Okay, good afternoon, class. So, how was your weekend? Fine. The weekend was fine and boring. Today is the day 25th, and before we proceed, I want to confirm those who are present and those who are absent. Can we start with Dennis Sasha?
Present.
Major Kuri? Nadev Peter?
Present.
Masi Cheretich? Okay, so today we are going to discuss inbound logistics. We've talked much about logistics in the past classes, past lessons. So I want you to do an exercise. Just take a piece of paper and tell me, write down what comes to your mind when you hear the word inbound logistics. Inbound logistics in just a minute. And then you're going to read it loud. What is that? May.
Okay. Inbound logistics, what it concept in modules is the process of receiving, storing, and distributing of materials.
Okay. And Sasha, what comes to your mind?
Operations that are being done within the organization. That is the movement of goods across the organization.
Yes, Peter?
Inbound logistics is the movement of goods to an organization.
Okay, Masi?
Logistics is a process of transporting goods and materials.
Okay, so all of you are right because you've touched on the aspects of inbound logistics. And by the end of this lesson, all of you should know the definition of inbound logistics, the activities involved in inbound logistics, and the importance of inbound logistics to an organization. Now, to be clear, inbound logistics, it refers to the activities revolving around receiving, storing, and distribution of goods or raw materials in an organization. Inbound logistics. Now, if we go to the activities involved, now, based on the definition of inbound logistics, the process of storing, receiving of goods or materials, what are some of the activities that comes to your mind? Based on that definition, some of the activities involved in inbound logistics. Yes, Peter?
Receiving.
Receiving. That is one. Another one? May?
Storage.
Storage. Sasha?
Transportation.
Transportation. Mercy?
Packaging.
Many have packaging. Now, under that, we have, before you receive goods from a supplier, what do you do before you receive goods from a supplier in a business setup? Yes,
Carry out inspection.
you carry out inspection. Another trial?
You do stock taking.
Before you do stock taking, okay? Another trial? Now, before we receive goods from the suppliers, there are some activities that come before that, like procurement. When you talk about procurement, it's the process of acquiring goods from the supplier to the organization. So what are some of the documents that you used in procurement? Yes, Sasha?
Invoice.
Invoice. Okay. Any other trial?
Delivery note.
Delivery note. That was just by the way. It's not our main topic of discussion. But some of the documents, the one that triggers the supplier to bring you the goods is the purchase order, the local purchase order. Another activity is receiving. We've all talked about receiving. When the goods are brought into the business from the supplier, they are inspected, they are loaded, and then the delivery notes and invoices are checked if they are in line with the purchase order that was issued. That is another activity, the one is warehousing. When the goods are received, they have to be stored somewhere. So warehousing, it ensures that the goods are stored and they are ready when they are needed. Another activity that is very important is supplier management. Supplier relationship management. So in inbound logistics, basically, or in an organizational setup, we basically depend on the supplier to supply our goods when we need them, either for to be sold or to be used to manufacture some other things. So by maintaining the relationship between you and the suppliers, you are able to acquire your goods on time and when you need them. So in groups of two, there is think, pair, share. Why don't you come up with some of the importance of managing inbound logistics in 3 minutes? Are you ready? Yes, ma'am.
Cost efficiency. It saves on the cost.
It saves on the cost. Yes, ma'am.
Ensure quantity of goods.
Ensure quality of goods and services. Yes, any other try?
It ensures timely delivery.
Ensures timely delivery. Sasha?
It requires few manpower.
Can you explain on that human power?
Because it is important, the organizations of people, most people just internal. So it doesn't require a number of staff, so it needs staff.
Okay. So one of the importance of maintaining or managing inbound logistics is cost efficiency. No friends in this room. Sorry about that. Now, when we talk about cost efficiency, by managing efficiently your inbound logistics, there is reduced trips to the supplier. That ensures that the cost of fuel consumption is reduced. That is cost efficiency. Number 2 is production continuity as one of the importance. So when you have enough materials in your warehouse or you are able to continue with your processes without interruptions or delays. Another thing, we have the effectiveness and responsiveness. Like, you are flexible, you are able to change your products, you customize them according to the market demand. Another one is inventory management. By efficiently managing your inbound logistics, you are able to determine the required stock levels so that you don't overstock. You know, overstocking ties down your capital for operation, or you don't understock. By understocking, it means you're going to disappoint your customers already. Yeah. Another thing is sustainability. So under this sustainability, we're still going to talk about the fuel consumption and the effect to the environment, the effect of the frequent transportation, the pollution and everything. Now, before we finish, we're just going to touch on some of the challenges that organizations face when it comes to inbound logistics. Anyone who has any idea about that? What are the challenges by maintaining your inbound logistics? What are the challenges you face in maintaining inbound logistics? Yes, Asha.
Challenge. It discourages innovation.
Yeah, discourages innovation. Any other trial?
Technology.
Technology.
Effective technology.
The challenge, sorry?
Ineffective.
Ineffective technology. Okay, any other show? Okay, so we're going to just talk a little about that is going to be part of the assignment. Just a point. One of the challenges that the organizations face when maintaining or managing their indoor logistics is the supplier management. You know, supply is another different entity. You want to manage your business, but then you depend on the supplier to provide you with the goods or services whenever you need them. So suppliers, sometimes it becomes difficult to maintain the flow of goods to the organization. Now that is going to form part of your assignment, and we are going to tackle that in our next class. The challenges faced in maintaining or managing inbound logistics. And now that we've come to the end of our class, why don't Sasha, can you tell me what you have learned today?
We've learned about the inbound logistics,
What about you?
where we have learned that it basically deals with the internal function of the organization.
Yes, May, what are some of the activities involved in inbound logistics?
What are they?
Some of the activities involved in inbound logistics.
Okay, it involves the story. Yes.
Yes, continue.
Okay, it involves the storage. Another thing, the packaging. It also involves the
Okay, yes, Claret, what are the challenges we talked about in the managing of the logistics?
Challenges in inbound logistics is the managing of the supply.
Mercy. Importance. Importance, yes.
quality of goods.
Okay, so I think that marks the end of our class, and see you